Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening and watching. If this video has found you, there's a message here for you, but please take what resonates and leave the rest. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about energy vampires. If you've listened to spiritual readings or tarot or anything like that, you probably know what an energy vampire is. It's a blanket term, really, because an energy vampire could be a succubus, an incubus, somebody in lower vibrational energy. A narcissist is an energy vampire. The psychopaths, the sociopaths, they're basically people that have decided not to work on themselves. They've decided that instead of cultivating and working on their own energy and vibration, they would rather take from other people. They would rather steal energy, attention, resources, whatever it is that they can take from other people. That's what they want, anything and everything. And they will continue to take until they can't take anything else from you, because it's gone, because you're gone, because you're no use to them anymore. Whatever they wanted from you, they got. Energy vampires can be anyone. And unfortunately, they're usually somebody that's close to you. A friend, a family member. It's not going to be a stranger or some random person, okay? It's going to be somebody that knows you, somebody that knows you have an abundance of energy, somebody that knows you've worked on yourself. Maybe if you're listening to this and you're resonating with it, you're a chosen one, a light worker, a way shower. If you're any of those people, you definitely have to be careful of energy vampires. And you know, one other thing that I'm being guided to mention is that we need to see people and things from a higher perspective. We can't always get caught up in the emotionalism of situations. We can't get caught up in the fog, the fear, the obligation, the guilt that people try to put on us, because that is the entryway. That's the connection point for them to siphon your energy. There are signs when somebody is an energy vampire, and usually it's felt in your body. A lot of times, you know, our minds can trick us. Our emotions are not always reliable, right? Because they can make us do things that are not in our best interests, that are not for our highest good. But your body is the messenger, okay? Your body does not have the ability to rationalize. It doesn't have the ability to trick you that way. So when somebody's trying to vamp your energy, it can be felt, okay? It could be a headache. You know, for me, I feel it on the left side of my body, usually towards my solar plexus or heart chakra, where somebody's trying to put their hooks into me. And like I mentioned before, energy vampires will steal from you until there's nothing left. And they don't care who the fuck you are. You could be their mother. You could be their child. It doesn't matter. Okay? But if you're listening to this video and resonating with it, you need to shore up your energy. Protect your energy. If you've watched my previous video about this retrograde season, it's going to be very intense for some people. They're going to be suffering a lot of loss. They're going to be suffering just in general. But it's karma. For some of these people, they're getting karma for things that they've been doing to people for years. Some of these people for lifetimes. And keep in mind that we all have free will. We have the ability at any given time to repent, to turn around and go in another direction. But what I'm hearing is that some of these people actually enjoy being in this energy. They like being energy vampires. They like taking from people. They like being demonic. They like being negative and low vibrational. As hard as it is for some of us to believe. But understand that it's your responsibility to protect your energy, to protect what's yours. And you have that right. It is your God-given right to cut cords with negative, low vibrational, toxic ass people. Okay? Because it can literally kill you, especially if you're sensitive, especially if you are highly intuitive. Shore up your boundaries. That's what I'm hearing. Use extra spiritual protection, meditation, cord cutting meditations specifically is what I'm hearing. Spiritual baths, but just cleansing and keeping your energy aligned, because there's a lot of projection going on and there's a lot of people getting some nasty, horrible fucking karma. Okay? Things that they didn't imagine would ever happen. But that's how spirit works. That's how spirit works. No debt in this universe ever goes unpaid. Okay? I mentioned that in the other video too. With Saturn going retrograde, he's the Lord of karma. So people are getting what they fucking deserve. It doesn't matter how we feel about it. It doesn't matter, the emotion that we have around it. This is spiritual warfare. Okay? And we have to remember that as chosen ones, as light workers, as way showers. We have to rise above that negativity and drama and see things from a higher perspective. Now, I'm not saying to not be compassionate and empathetic towards people that deserve it. But I'm somebody personally, I don't believe in sympathy. Nobody needs your fucking sympathy. Okay? Nobody needs you to feel sorry for them, because that's another way that people vamp your energy. Being compassionate is understanding that, yes, I will send you positive energy. I wish you the best, but I'm not going to compromise my life to save your life when you don't want to fucking help yourself. And I know that doesn't sound good, but it is what it is. We can't be fooled or tricked by demonic forces. Okay? Not at this point in the game. If you're listening to this, you know better. You know who surrounds you or who's trying to get into your energy, that has bad intentions, that only wants to take from you because they don't want to work on themselves, because they don't feel like they can do it, or they're just so fucking demonic and so low vibrational that they've accepted their fate. Don't fall for the okie doke, okay? If you get guidance to cut somebody off, if you get guidance to move forward, do it without guilt, do it without reservation, and people will not like it. Of course they won't. Some people will call you mean, you're being, like I said, unsympathetic, you're not being compassionate, you're not whatever, right? No, what you're doing is protecting your fucking energy. And you have a right to do that, okay? It doesn't matter who the person is. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. You are responsible for your energy. And this is spiritual warfare, okay? During this retrograde season, it is not a game. Pay attention, trust your intuition, cleanse and protect your energy. And only move when God tells you to move. Only be guided when spirit tells you to move. All right? Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.